Concrete is a pretty simple product. It's made of water, sand, rocks, and cement. It's pretty simple. It can get more complicated than that, especially over the last 20 years. There's been a lot of advances in mix design and admixtures that go into the mix. But here in this area, most of your concrete is made on site the old-fashioned way, with shovels and buckets and right on the ground, just hand mixed. Sometimes it's made in a mixer on site, but even that is a really small batch. So when you're making things on site like this, it's imperative that you get your mixes exactly right and that the consistency is exactly right every single time, because it's not coming from a manufacturing plant where they have all the machines that can measure out the correct weights of water, the correct weights of cement, correct weights of sand and rock. So if you're making stuff on site, it's easy to, throughout the day, get tired, complacent, and your mix design starts to get sloppy, as it were. So when you come to an area like this, after having lived your life in the Western world, it comes as quite a shock to see the differences in stewardship with the materials that are being used. Concrete, even though it seems like a simple product, is fairly complex. The particles that make up cement are actually sort of like miniature Velcro balls, and as they get wet, these Velcro balls, they stick to one another, and then that's what forms your bonds inside the concrete. So if you start adding too much water to that, that's what starts to limit the amount of connections that these particles can make. If you also spend too much time with the material, concrete has a sort of workability window of around 90 minutes. So if you decide to take a break in the middle of your pour, or you've stopped pouring concrete altogether and you've only got half of your slab poured, you create real problems going forward, joining those fresh concrete particles to the old concrete particles. If your concrete's not mixed correctly on site, the most catastrophic effect would be total collapse of your building. Add to that is the cost involved in that. If you're a rental property, while this construction is going on, you're going to lose 3, 4, even 6 months worth of revenue on top of the increase in repairs that you're having to do to the building. So if you have to put in 30 or 40,000 US dollars to retrofit a building and you've lost 6 months revenue, that's a significant hit to your bottom line. So we provide the on-site supervision of your builder's crew. That way we can ensure that the proper mix design is carried out, the ratios are proper, the right amount of water is carried out, and we also can do slump tests on site to make sure, as the product is manufactured load by load, that it right then is known whether or not it does have too much water in it. Aside from that, we take cube samples. That way we can test those later in the week, later 2 weeks, and then a month out to know how well the concrete is performing that's been cast already. And we can catch things not in advance, but before things advance too much further, and correct those scenarios if something hasn't happened properly. What we're there to do is ensure that your builder makes sure that his crew does things right the first time. This saves time, this actually does save money, and in the end it means you get a building that's safe and secure and solid and will stand the test of time. Do you need help with improving concrete quality on your construction? Ganesha New Worldwide is a solutions company with over 50 years of combined experience that can help you and your contractor build better, faster through construction quality control consultancy and total project management. As a construction consultancy company, Ganesha New Worldwide provides actionable recommendations to streamline construction processes. Contact us and see how our quality control consultancy can help protect your investment of both time and money.